Hello and welcome to The One Show with Alex Jones.
And Matt Baker. Now there are two Michaels on the grid tonight. One's a Cockney comedian about to start a sellout tour.
The other is behind one of the best-selling albums of all time, which includes this very song. It's Mickey Flanagan and Mick Fleetwood. What a night. Good to see you both.
Yeah, nice to have you on, gentlemen. Now, Mick, first of all, congratulations. 35 years since Rumours was released.
I know, we've had the baby, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no, it is. Very good.
Yes.
Did you think you'd go on for 35 years?
I don't think we ever thought about it in terms of that. No, but I think everyone in this band and people who have been and gone, so to speak, have passed through Fleetwood Mac. There's never been anyone that I wouldn't have imagined playing somewhere for nothing, you know. But happily, we've done really well and sustained something which we had no idea could possibly last this long. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, so many incredible songs. And you've told one of the stories behind one of your songs, which we'll see a little bit later on. Thanks for making that film. And Mick, you're a big fan, aren't you, of Mick? And you came in the studio singing earlier on.
Be a band
Mick, I'm available after the tour. Yeah, the songs just, you hear them all the time in every sort of situation you get in. I think I got it on tape, then on vinyl, CD, and I'm going to download it. Is this going to end ever?
And the one after I pass away will be on some other formula.
Yeah. But that's an interesting point, though, isn't it? Because with all these new formats that are coming out, it's great for you guys.
Well, you know, us starving musicians, it took a...
Hold on,
Yeah, go on, get it. Yeah.
Seen busking on Baker Street, Mick Fleetwood, no.
Yeah.
But it's, a good thing.
Yeah.
And the last wave, the digital wave, wasn't so good for us musicians because everyone gave everything away for nothing, you know, so that wasn't so good. But it's calming down and now we actually sort of get paid. But when it first started, not a good thing.
Difficult.
But a great thing in the long run.
Yeah, well, with the stuff you can get your hands on, there's a very, very famous front cover for Rumours, and Al and I had a little go at recreating it a little bit earlier on. So there's the original.
There's the original.
And there's me now.
Hey!
There we are. Hey, that's
I can't actually tell the difference.
I think something got a little larger. Or two things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chuffed with that.
You two look exactly the same. That's worked out.
Well, yeah, when I've got the...
when you've got the beard
on. Is the ponytail attached to the beard?
I know. Well,
I like that.
But the balls are there as well.
They are.
The balls are there as well.
Yeah. How coincidental. I had no idea you were doing this.
There you go.
Look, if we can do it, so can you at home. Send in your versions of the Rumours front cover and we'll show Mick some of them a little bit later on.
Yeah. Family show.
It is, yes. It is. Now, today...
still.
We'll be very there shortly. Now, today we found out... today, one of the best-selling albums of all time is being re-released in a deluxe new format.
Yes, one of the most familiar tracks on it has been played in the bedroom of every aspiring bass guitarist since it was first released in 1977, Matt Allwright's included.
Is that the world's most recognisable bass line? It comes from the song The Chain from the album Rumours by Fleetwood Mac, and yet The Chain was never released as a single, and that isn't even the beginning of the song.
At the time the song was recorded, the band's lineup was Christine and John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. The Chain is one of the only Fleetwood Mac songs credited to the whole band.
The Chain refers very specifically to keeping, you know, every link of the effort that we made to stay together as a band.
During recording, Fleetwood Mac were going through an extremely troubled time and relationships were strained.
It's almost like a prayer. It really was saying, please let this still be okay. You can't think of a better song to describe the survival of Fleetwood Mac. The song was worked on with Christine and then John and myself. It was bits and pieces, concept not quite knowing what was going on.
A previous song by Christine McVie, Keep Me There, would provide the rhythm and the structure.
And Then it was sort of put on a back burner. We couldn't figure out really what to do with it. And then Stevie said, let me throw the meat of the story together.
And so Stevie Nicks provided the majority of the lyrics. Her first version of The Chain was a very different song, but with some reworking from Christine, it was almost there.
And if you don't love me now, you will.
But the song wasn't yet complete. It needed an intro, and that would come from a song Buckingham and Nicks released before they joined Fleetwood Mac.
And then suddenly it just went bingo, it happened.
Can you remember the time you first heard
John's bass line?
That bass line?
No, I can't. But boy, was it a John McVie special. John is a really melodic player, and if you care to actually listen to the bass on a lot of stuff, and what he's doing on the bass is such a contribution melodically to the structure of all these songs, and you go like, who was that guy?
How do you feel about the connection to motorsports? Because it does mean that a lot of people are only familiar with the last third of what is a terrific song.
You can't help but love it. I mean, it's just part of something that happened, and you can go accept it like a lot of other things you accept willingly. And we would be shot if we didn't play that in a concert. That would be one of the ones where you've got to do it, you know.
And you don't get tired of playing that?
No, love it.
So would you fancy playing it now?
Oh my God. Well, yeah, sure.
If you fancy it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll take the rings off.
That Matt surprised you with that, didn't he? Matt surprised you. You didn't know you were going to do it. Yeah.
Totally, but they did great.
Yeah, they were good.
I think they'll have to take the gig.
Yeah.
Get the gig.
Well, it was a surprise for you, but for Matt Allwright, he'd been practicing for 6 months.
Oh, dream come true. But the Chain, of course, has become famously associated with Formula One. And is it true that next week you're doing a Top Gear lap?
I am.
Excited about that,
very
Nick?
excited about it.
All right.
I've been boasting to the lads that run the show that I'm fairly conversant with driving fast, which was probably a really foolish thing to say, because now for sure I'm going to look like an idiot.
Oh, you'll be giving it some steam, you will be.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, OK. Well, as well as The Chain, obviously, so many incredible songs. Let's just remind ourselves of just a few of them.
You could go your own way.
Classic tracks there, but I mean the whole album was produced when there was some strains going on amongst the bands, when their relationships were very difficult and very tense at that time, weren't they?
This is true. No, unbelievable that and now, because we're going out on the road, April 4th, we start in America, and this package came out. I mean, it really wasn't planned to go together, but it's great that it has sort of morphed its way together, and we're getting reminded by questions such as that.
Yeah.
That it really was a personal journey that's not hard now, but it's interesting looking back and getting into the whole dialogue of what the hell was really going on. And it was a disaster. We were all desperately unhappy. But the one thing that never happened, we never discussed breaking up, because what we were doing, we were so involved in Fleetwood Mac and the music, that the chemistry was that important to all of us, that we got through it, which was really, looking back on it, was an absolute miracle. 'Cause it was pretty grim.
And a lot of messages in the songs, you know. Have you had to find sort of new meaning for that, or does it, when you start playing, does it instantly take you back to those times?
Well, I'm spared that because I didn't write the songs.
Yes.
Although my relationship with my then wife, Jenny, had broken up. So the five of us were all in the same boat. I was just spared that I didn't have to write songs and walk on stages and be personal. And so we really came up with a mutant formula, which is really what it was when we look back on it, that to handle that. Because underneath it all, because all the quote rumours of, oh, they don't really like each other, we adore each other, you know, except can't often have not been able to be together. So it's a very different equation from some corporate sort of hate affair. It's a love affair, really.
And touring again then, touring America as well. Are you going to be touring Britain?
We are, yeah, absolutely.
Great.
All those
good
dates
news.
are pretty much announced, I think, as we sit.
Yes.
We are coming and working extensively all over Europe and for sure here.
Will you be using separate cars and things like that?
No, we share very nicely these days.
All right.
Earlier on, we asked you to recreate the Rumours album cover, and you haven't disappointed us, no. So there is the original, and our first one is this. That's very good. That's Ali and Manny. That's Mum and Dad sent in by 12-year-old Millie.
Yes, and here's the second one, OK. So the second one is Chris and Janine from Oxford. That's a good effort, actually, isn't it?
And there's balls on that one as well. Just very... And your original balls are in this
Those
bag,
are
aren't
the
they?
original. I had no idea you were doing this album cover thing.
Look at that. There we go.
There they
I'm going to
are.
hold these while we do
Right.
the link.
They're not the ones that were banned in the 70s because they kept breaking everyone's wrists.
A big thank you to both you gentlemen for coming in. Nice
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Tomorrow we're going to be joined by Monty Don. Good night.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Yeah.